before a gig, I like to just do lots of deep breathing and stretching. I like to sit at the piano and just stretch them as far as I can go. Definitely keeping the hands warm. They can get cold, especially if you're doing outside gigs. Practicing tenths and stuff like that. Yeah, that kind of thing. And then I always practice, my scales and arpeggios super, super slow. It's almost like a meditation. It's very disciplined. You just gotta just be nice and calm. And just make sure you got perfect technique, get your thumb under. Yeah, that's how I kind of generally warm up and get slowly faster with the scales and trying different accents, like every 3 notes do an accent. Like. And then you can change it to every 4 notes, every 2 notes, every 5 notes. Just little brain things to just, keep your brain active and get your fingers moving and just make sure, you know what you're doing. I always feel nerves before stage is a good thing, but it's kind of a fight or flight thing. You build yourself up and you're like, I better do a good job. And then, obviously if you're performing and there's so many people there's so much expectation and you want to perform to the best of your ability and, execute a good job. It shows that you care really if you do get nervous, but I have to control it when you're on stage. There was one time I was performing in front of Herbie Hancock and Stevie Wonder was there was a few different people and I needed to use the pedal and my leg was shaking. Definitely doing things like yoga, Alexander technique is great. If you've never heard of that, check that out. It's great for musicians. And, posture and breathing, all comes into it because if you're relaxed and you're settled, the playing is just going to be so natural. So with regards to soloing, I'd say as a basic rule number 1, rule of thumb, you have to have all of your scales together. Majors, minors, harmonic minors, melodic minors, all of your pentatonic scales. If you're just starting out, I'd say it's very easy to use the pentatonic scale. So like, you can use that kind of thing, on a blues. A lot of blues rock guys generally go to the minor pentatonic scale. So if you're in an F blues, go to that F minor pentatonic as a basic thing to get you the feel of being able to improvise. It's also good to know numbers. I can't champion this enough. And by numbers, I mean, say if we're in the key of C, knowing that D would be the 2, and so forth. E's the 3, F's the 4, G's the 5, and so on and so forth. And F sharp will be the sharp 4. This comes in handy because if you only know things in chords, then when you go to change key, you're going to be stuck. So if I say to play a 2-5-1 in C, I know that it's 2, which is D, 5, which is G, 1, which is C. But then, if you're working with singers, and all singers have different ranges, if they want to sing a key up or key down, you're going to need to be able to transpose easily. So if you think in terms of numbers, 2, 5, 1, if you know that a song goes 1, 3, 6, 4, 5, then you'll be able to play in any key on the piano. You'll never really be able to improvise without listening to improvised music. It's like asking someone to just speak Russian. And if you've never heard anyone speak Russian, you're not going to be able to do it. So if you really want to be able to solo and you've never listened to any solos, then it's not going to happen. When I first started, I'd just completely just do my thing and kind of experiment on the keys, which is kind of how everyone gets into it, by just experimenting and trying new things. Check out these different people and how they solo and try and imitate them. Like, The way you learn how to talk is you listen to your parents speaking when you're a baby. And then, you watch them and learn from them. And it's the same with music. If you listen to all of your favorite pianists or guitarists, eventually you'll be able to sound like all of your favorites and combine them into your own style. I'm definitely an old soul. I was inspired to start playing by people like Errol Garner, Oscar Peterson, Ahmed Jamal, big jazz head. Originally, a load of R&B soul like Stevie Wonder and John Legend. Like when I heard Ordinary People for the first time, I remember my sister bought me the CD and I heard how he was playing the piano. I was like, I want to play like that. So I got home and I learnt it. And then 10 years later, I got to work with him and play for him. So that was amazing coming full circle. Definitely a song that I love is called Misty by Errol Garner. It's one of the first pieces I really got together. And my mum loved it, and I always love coming back to that song. It's a beautiful song. My top tips for young players that want to be professional and want to be on the scene, and if you want to play for artists, is you've got to get out there, get to jam sessions, give people your number, be on social media. There's two sides of it. You've got to be really good, because if you're really good, you're going to work. But then if no one knows who you are and no one's got your number, I'm not going to be able to call someone if I haven't got their number. It's all about relationships and creating friendships. Because, if I want to call someone for a gig, I'm more likely to call a friend or someone that I enjoy spending time with. Because especially on tour, you could be away from home for a year and a half, and your touring mates and your band are essentially your family when you're on the road. You have to be, a people person, and you have to get yourself out there and be known on the scene. But there's no point on the flip side being known if you're no good. So practice, get the time in, because as soon as you're in the big wide world, there's bills, there's a whole bunch of madness, girlfriends, boyfriends, all sorts that are going to get in the way. So get your hours in while you can. I have my debut EP coming out on the 28th of June. Adore, you guys should check it out. It's going to be like jazz, soul, R&B. It's going to be on all streaming sites, Spotify, Apple Music, etc. And it's going to be, R&B, jazz, soul. I'm going to be singing and playing, and it's going to be featuring some amazing musicians. So I hope you guys can check that out. You can also hear me playing at Ronnie Scott's. I'm there quite often. And then I'm going to be doing some shows. I'm playing Montreux Jazz Festival with this amazing jazz artist, Soweto Kinch. And then I'm going to be doing a headline show in November at Birmingham Symphony Hall, my hometown. So definitely look out for those and check out my music.